And now, our feature presentation.
Are they twins or is one just a reflection?
Forget it, Mick.
What is this?
If I can't find a real man, I would rather die a virgin.
Last chance. I'm gonna count to 3.
It's a tummy fry.
Kill a camera.
Hello, and welcome to another episode of Good Improv Watches. You know the drill. We watch something stupid. You watch us watching that stupid thing. The collective stupidity of the world continuously rises.
That's right. We want to get that number up, and I think if with your help, we can get the number of world stupidity up to at least 78. What does that number reflect? I don't know. I'm too stupid to look at statistics and do math. So, but it sounds big.
Yeah, you know, a lot of YouTubers, a lot of podcasters, they talk down to their audience like their audience is a bunch of schmucks. But we know that we're the schmucks. So we are here to entertain you. Unreasonable Fun is the name of the game, and the game begins now.
Okay.
Like right now? Now?
Right this second.
Right this second? All right.
Yes.
Okay. What are we watching today, Dan? Tell the people
Well, we
we're
are watching a real abomination today. We're watching The Curse of Bigfoot.
All right. Now, I looked into this movie a little bit, and I have some horrible news for us and everybody watching. Well, specifically us, because people watching can just like pause it and take a little break, stretch a little bit. We got to watch this all the way through. So
Marathon.
this film was directed by Dave Flocker, and Dave Flocker directed 2 movies. He directed Teenagers Battle the Thing in 1958 and The Curse of the Bigfoot in 1975. Now, the Teenagers Battle the Thing was only a 58-minute long movie. It was very short, and apparently it only played in the director's hometown. Nobody saw this. Nobody wanted to distribute it. It was god-awful. So then in 1975, he decided to dust it off and use the footage to make The Curse of the Bigfoot, which is 88 minutes long, where he adds a bunch of scenes of an archaeology class or some sort of college class going out and finding this thing. And then he just intersperses it with footage of his original shitty movie. So there's, I guess, to pad the runtime, there's a lot of very long scenes of students just doing archaeology.
So this is kind of a 2-in-1.
It's 2. We're getting 2 movies for 1 here.
Wow.
We're going to see the whole entirety of the 58-minute version, as well as a bunch of crap. Just padded out to 88 minutes.
Hold on. Maybe there's a method to his madness. Maybe he threw in that archaeology footage because he knew something we don't. Like, you know how mummies have curses, right?
Yeah.
Maybe there's a big, bunch of Bigfoots that are out there all mummified and cursing people.
That's the curse of the Bigfoot.
Right.
All right, well, there we go. So we're going to find out. So we're in for a slog today. Hope you can join us. Comment down below to keep your sanity. And shall we go?
Yes, we should. Well, hold on here. We're not getting a message from YouTube saying YouTube is not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming. As such, viewers will experience buffering. Now, why in the world would that be?
Well, we're moving and making a video.
There's no reports of any problems here.
Okay, well, while you look into that, I'm going to speculate on the types of curses a Bigfoot might encounter, like not being able to find big enough shoes.
That's gonna be I feel.
Well, hold on. They'd be curses that would be done on you, not on the Bigfoot.
Oh, the Bigfoot's not suffering from a curse.
No,
the Bigfoot is the
getting
curse.
the curse. Yeah, is the curse itself.
It's not a very good mummy's curse if you go into the mummy's tomb and suddenly the mummy is taking a bunch of shanks in the belly.
The mummy has the problem.
Gotcha.
His bandages chafe. That's my curse.
I thought the Bigfoot was cursed, like he's He was the cursed one, but I see the Bigfoot is the curse. So it's like you're trying to pick up a chick and she's looking at you, and then Bigfoot comes by and she's looking at those big feet, and she's thinking what all ladies are thinking at that point, which is, oh my goodness, I see Bigfoot. I should tell the news.
I'm going to go to the news camera, and then you're out of date because she's off to the news station.
Yep.
I thought you were going to say she sees those big feet and goes, wow, he must be very well endowed. But I'll point out that he's probably naked. So she could probably just look at directly at his penis to judge
Everything
how
I
well endowed
understand
he is.
about a Bigfoot is that they would have an innie penis because it's not hanging there in any of the popular videos you see.
Well, do other apes have an innie penis? I've never noticed a gorilla's penis. Is it just hanging out there?
I don't think Bigfoot's an ape, is it? It's just his own thing, you know?
He must be an ape if he's like we're apes. Like if he's a hominid, he's an ape. I mean, he has to be. There's no other option.
Bigfoot was picking up a lady one time, and he said, "I'm no weatherman, but tonight you're going to experience about 2 inches."
Oh, Bigfoot's not a shower or a grower, apparently. That's his curse right there. He has those great big feet, and he's got nothing going on between his legs at all.
Yeah, that sucks.
Nothing to work with.
Yep.
Well, there's literally no indication whatsoever on how we can do to fix this, so we're just going to assume it's working fine because it looks like it's working fine on my end, and we're just going to jump in to the curse.
The curse of the big feet. I'm going to turn the sound down, and I'll look on YouTube and see if it's...
Bigfoot would make an excellent wrestler because he's already from parts unknown.
We made it just in time for the movie here.
Yeah, it looks like it's playing. I'll hold it up so viewers can also watch us watching the movie.
Wow.
Oh, there we go.
Watch us watching us watching them watching that stupid thing.
Right. It's like the trifecta of watching.
Oh, it is buffering though. I see the buffer.
Okay.
Your internet may not be powerful enough to have 2 copies going at once, Justin.
Oh, no.
I got the feed going here, and it looks fine on my end.
Okay, well, there you go. Oh, we just saw Bigfoot.
I think Bigfoot's bigger than Shaq.
Oh yeah.
I would think so. Yeah, I would think he's usually described as about becoming. Well, I don't know. Like there's the descriptions are so various, right? Like anything from like 6.5 feet to 8 feet. So I mean, I would imagine
6.5 feet that impressive.
I would imagine he'd be heavier than Shaq, right? Like if he's like an ape-like thing, right?
More
because a gorilla is like 5 feet something, and it's way heavier than an average person.
I mean, Baron Trump is like 6'9".
Terrified.
That's crazy.
Trump's kid is 6'9", really?
Yeah, 6'9".
Like a giant.
Yeah.
Whoa!
Whoa! Look at that! It's the Wolfman.
Whoa!
I mean, Bigfoot.
God, the special effects. Did he just attack something, or does that ketchup?
Yeah, I think so. Just poured heavy ketchup over the rock. I like my rocks with ketchup on them.
Okay, well there you go. They filmed this in is that Arizona where those things are?
Could be Utah, Arizona,
Nevada,
any of those.
Yeah, the people
states.
with the guys that carved into the rock there to make their little towns. Doodle-doo-doo. Doo-doo. I would think Bigfoot would be walking around where those things are, because those things are like in more deserty areas rather than forested areas where Bigfoot.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it'd be really easy to see Bigfoot on a big sandy desert.
Yeah.
There's nowhere to hide,
Yeah,
and all
it's
that
an
fur.
Open mesa.
Da 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 da.
This looks like Machu Picchu.
Dave Flocker.
Yeah, he's the one we have to thank for this.
Of the Wisconsin Flockers.
Directed by Don Fields. Wait, wasn't it directed by Dave Flocker?
I thought it just said that, yeah.
It said story by J.C. Fields. Keeping it in the
Nepotism.
fields, fam. Yeah.
Yeah, it's all nepotism.
Hey, we get it. There's a sun.
Yeah, go really heavy on the frog sounds, too.
That'd be a twist. Hey, Bigfoot being an amphibian.
Well, you can't find them. Yeah, really draw this out. We really need to be sure that this is a house. Really
Back
set
to
the
the
mood.
sun.
Oh, back to the sun again.
In case you forgot, it's there. It's noon.
Now back to the house.
There's like one tree Bigfoot's able to hide behind here.
Maybe
All
that's
right,
the
well,
movie
so
just
far
warning us. You'd be better off staring at the sun than watching the rest of this.
So far, there's been a lot. Like he's a horrible Bigfoot costume, but so far there's at least been a lot of Bigfoot. You know, it's
Yeah.
not like some of those other Bigfoot monster movies where you don't see the thing for ages.
They play the
Like,
Bigfoot close to their chest.
Yeah, he's right out there. He's killed a guy already. Stalking a house.
For seemingly no reason at all.
That's not a very flattering. That's not a close-up kind of makeup. You should be.
Was that supposed to be
Look-
Bigfoot?
I think
Look
that's
like-
him. Yeah, that's
He's
it.
the cousin of Leatherface?
But originally, this movie was called the Teenagers. What is it? The Teenagers what?
Versus the Thing.
Versus
Yeah.
the Thing. So maybe he wasn't supposed to be Bigfoot originally. Maybe he was just supposed to be something.
Yeah.
And
This
then
cannot be Bigfoot.
They should have made it Teenagers versus John Carpenter's The Thing.
those teenagers would be dead.
Or Marvel's The Thing.
Yeah. Clobbering time.
That monster does look different than the monster we saw earlier.
Yeah. Can you imagine? Maybe the other one was the big special effects shot, and this is the everyday costume.
Yeah, that's right.
Ed Gain is the star of this film.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's right. Really take your time with it.
Yeah, this movie is as drawn out as that ladies' prison film we watched.
So do we need a Bigfoot prison film yet, where everybody's a Bigfoot in the prison?
That would be great. Oh man, Bigfoot goes to prison, just like Ernest. Send him to camp.
You see a
Prison?
Bigfoot with like Nazi tattoos all over him. He's like from the white supremacist Bigfoot gang. You got the Latino Bigfoots.
Yeah, the MS-13 Bigfoot.
Yeah, right, exactly, yeah. Bigfoot's working in the laundry. There's no clothes because they're all naked all the time.
All right.
Stop it! What's the matter with you tonight, huh? You're making enough noise to wake up the dead.
That's a different movie. That's Night of the Living Dead you're thinking about.
Bigfoot's not a zombie.
This is not the same Bigfoot that we killed the guy at the very beginning, though. Whatever this thing is.
Oh my God, Night of the Living Dead Bigfoots?
They're all Bigfoot zombies.
Back to sleep. Must you bark at every jackrabbit?
You know, maybe build him a doghouse. Don't just leave him out in the middle of nowhere, staked up. Maybe that's the problem.
I like how you're living out in the country there. You got a dog for protection. The dog starts trying to protect you. You're like, shut up, dog.
Shut up, dog. I lived out in the country, and my dogs weren't chained or anything. They were just allowed to go where they wanted to go.
Right.
You know,
Is that kind of the point? Yeah.
Scarecrow, scarecrow. Soldiers of the king fear his name.
Scotty, if you're good for the rest of the night and don't awaken anyone else, I'll promise to take you hunting with me tomorrow.
Awaken anyone else.
It's kind of a
Just
clunky
talks like normal
sentence
people
there.
talk.
Yep.
and you can chase all the jackrabbits you want.
Huh? Doug was really like very, very easily forgot that, oh yeah, there's an intruder when as soon as milk was involved.
Yeah.
That's what dogs love the most, Justin, is a big bowl of milk.
A big bowl of milk, famously so.
Famously.
It's milk of magnesia.
You guys ever seen the movie Hocus Pocus?
Yeah.
With the witches?
This guy,
yeah.
This guy kind of looks like the guy who has his mouth sewn shut in that movie.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, dog's not barking or anything, you know. If this turns out to be like a fake out scare, like it's her kid or something.
Oh, no, now.
It was real.
You're being murdered. You're being murdered. He starts barking.
But Guy, Mr. Whitmore, you started at the best part.
Well, you get the idea.
Was he showing him a horror movie in school?
Yes, that was a movie somehow.
Oh, meta.
Well, that's why the monster looked different. I see.
Right.
Here we have the classic example of the Hollywood monster.
Classic.
Studios turned out films like these by the hundreds back in the 50s and early 60s.
Yeah, classic example of the Hollywood monster. You'd think they'd show something like Frankenstein or the Mummy.
Right.
Created by atomic radiation. Creatures from outer space.
I don't know the Blob even, honestly.
Yes, those are classic examples of Hollywood monsters. That's just a guy with things on his face.
Give the girl an excuse to move as close as possible to the boy at the drive-in theater.
Oh,
hey, we're at a drive-in theater.
That's why we do this
right.
show. I'm hoping naked ladies are just going to flood into our automobiles one day.
Unbelievable as the ancient scene.
No, you got to bring the ladies, Dan.
Oh.
They don't have them there at the drive-in.
Well, that makes it impossible. Damn it.
Well, with every scary movie we watch, the ladies get closer to us.
Right. So if we watch enough scary movies, the surface of the Earth will narrow down to enough that they'll have to be situated next to us.
Right.
They'll have no choice.
Sense.
These films manage to give all of us a few genuine moments of fear. Yes.
I don't know. I didn't feel any genuine moments of fear during that last one.
Very real.
What class is this?
And sometimes most unexplainable.
Uh-huh.
The principal just comes in, you're supposed to be teaching these kids math. We've been over this 100 times.
This is algebra. This is trigonometry, Buster.
Outside the reality of nature. So I've invited a guest speaker who should be arriving in a few minutes.
It's Bigfoot himself.
Science teacher, as well as a widely read author and a recognized authority on the phenomenon of the abominable snowman.
Oh.
In North America.
So like by the abominable snowman governing bodies, he's recognized and accredited?
He's recognized. It's an official body, Dan. Just give it a chance.
The search for these giant, man-like creatures starts...
All right, stock footage time, guys.
Huge footprints, which obviously were not made by any known form of human life. These initial discoveries were made mostly in the snowbound regions of the world. Parts of Alaska, Canada, and most often...
In gyms, you'd find another monster. You'd find the abdominal snowman.
Yeah, he has a 12-pack.
Well, it's a lot easier for a snowman to have a 12-pack. You just chisel it out of the snow. There's no challenge there.
So is this like a flashback about the guest speaker he's going to be having, but not showing the speaker himself? Showing a bunch of things that he might be doing?
This is just some of the things the speaker might have gone through during his career as an abominable snowman researcher.
Eric was waiting out a storm at base camp number 3, close to the...
Oh, tell us all about it.
Menlong Glacier.
If he's at base camp 3, there's at least 2 other base camps that are running this search for the snowman.
As well as an educated scientific investigator and mountaineer. The giant footprints in the snow, photographed by... were published by
You should have got a
This
bigger
l-
toque.
the world.
This literally is just stock footage.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Came to know
Yeah, I think he just took the footage from his movie from '58
actually exists
and just padded a bunch of crap around it,
a monster known as
which like, they do all the time. My brother had one, and it was called
2 years. The report
Catman versus Doctor
within the wilderness area
something or other.
spread.
And the first half of the movie, which isn't quite long enough to be a movie, is about a cop who gets like superpowers and he becomes like a Catman kind of superhero.
By the name of James
And then he finds like he beats like a drug dealer or something.
the Muddy Bank.
And then there's a scene, like a 30-second scene with two people in an office that have not been in this movie that say, so we've been learned to believe that the drugs were supplied by this doctor, what's his face? We're leading an operation to go get him. Oh, good. And then we cut to a team that has nothing to do with the two guys. You don't see them again. And it's another movie that someone filmed, which also wasn't long enough to be a movie, about trying to stop this doctor, whatever his name was. And all they did was just put them together with a scene in the middle so they could sell it as one movie.
Leaving giant
Like-
footprints deep in the wilderness. Bigfoot was real.
Pushing logs. Pushing stock footage of logs. That Bigfoot.
This really makes me think of Bigfoot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is the kind of thing that happens around where Bigfoot lives.
Deforestation is one of the biggest challenges for him because then he has fewer places to hide.
That's right.
Just move to the desert, no problem.
Yeah.
That's why I moved to those houses, yeah.
Wherever these giant creatures came from, it was obvious that they were becoming as curious about us as we were about them. In many logging camps throughout the Northwest, workers reported sightings of huge, hairy creatures watching them from the woods.
But then they
Then they
realized,
found
oh,
out
wait,
they're
that's just guts.
Canadians. Yeah.
That's right. That's just a Canadian guy. That's just a bear from the local gay club down the street. I do like to waltz with a log driver, only goes barreling down and down white waters. That's where the log driver learns to step lightly.
The Sasquatch's waltz pleases girls completely.
Completely.
Moving into the virgin forests, cutting trees.
I love that he's still talking about, like the Bigfoot and, where he's moving to, but just showing stock footage of stuff that has nothing to do with anything.
Do you think that most of the direction for this guy was just somebody looking down at a watch and going like,
Yeah. Add it out. Add it out.
More and more evidence
We gotta make a 90-minute runtime, guys. Come on.
that there were many of these creatures here in North America.
wow. And the visual storytelling is really helping me understand that.
Hair tangled in tree branches,
That's a cool machine.
when examined by science,
Yeah.
proved to have come from some
The pincher, the log pincher.
mysteriously unknown to man.
I do like to waltz with a log pincher.
Few educated observers would still deny that something was really out there. There was
Pinch a log is a euphemism for taking
That's
a
right.
poop.
I just after I sang it, I really I realized what it said. Ooh.
Shouldn't the two movies be woven together at least?
Nah.
The narrator gave up.
Yeah, he stopped.
He's like, I don't even know what to say at this point.
I'm out of stuff about Bigfoot here, guys.
two employees of a larger lumber mill set out late one afternoon to visit a favorite fishing spot. As it turned out, these two men were destined to become the first unfortunate persons to encounter Bigfoot.
Abbott and Costello.
Versus
Meet
the
Bigfoot.
Bigfoot.
How about Abbott and Costello versus John Carpenter's The Thing?
There you go.
Or Marvel's
That,
The Thing.
I would see that movie. Abbott and Costello with John Carpenter's The Thing.
Yeah. They should do a sequel. They should digitally de-age Kurt Russell.
Yeah.
Digitally recreate Abbott and Costello.
Yeah.
Yes.
Costello sees the thing and he's trying to let them know, and he does the just the whole bit, double take.
Hey, that's a really good idea. You know, we could have the actors, like you said, digitally recreated, but we can have all the effects be practical. So it'd be the opposite of what they do now, right? So now they have the actors on and they do all the effects on the computer.
Yeah, yeah, but all
do
the
the acting
like
in the computer, all the effects, on set.
There you go. Flip it.
Yeah, flip it.
The eponymous
God,
He's
Bigfoot.
got a gun.
There we go.
Now, I said these are the two guys are going to be victimized by Bigfoot in some way.
Yeah. Unfortunate is what they said.
Think they're going to get mugged?
Maybe Bigfoot just doesn't make a really good first impression.
Trying to sell him an insurance, a multi-level marketing scheme.
Yeah. Guy's got a sick flow.
You know, whenever you see an animal cross the road, it's a good idea to get a stick and just follow it. You know?
That's right. What's that animal think it's doing? Living its life.
Face the final frontier.
Yeah, it does have a Star Trek vibe.
Captain's log. We've landed on a world where stock footage is the main part of their culture.
Yeah, Kirk fighting the Gorn, but he's fighting the Bigfoot from this movie instead.
Bigfoot, Kirk versus Bigfoot.
Yeah.
The
suspense is really building here, huh?
Right?
You guys know what's going to happen next, right?
Sex
a log is
scene.
going to be falling down in the woods, and somebody will deal with the log.
That's right. Then they'll get the pictures out. Well, we've seen a lot of that foot so far.
Didn't look that big.
Well, so far this is set up to become the third worst Bigfoot movie I've ever seen. So let's see if it can pass the first two and become the worst Bigfoot movie.
What are the first two?
Suburban Sasquatch. But Suburban Sasquatch is very funny, accidentally, so it's very entertaining. And
Like,
then,
he lives in the inner city, or?
Yeah, he invades the inner city. He invades suburbia. But
Like
it's,
Suburban Commando.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah.
Like Leprechaun in the Hood.
Yeah, a bit, but it's funny because it's so incompetent. It's so bad, but not bad in a boring way because it just gets so batshit nuts. And then the other one, the worst one is I haven't actually seen it. I've seen like clips from it. It's DB Cooper versus Bigfoot.
Okay.
And it's
The guy
just
who stole all that money?
That's what did him in.
Yeah.
That's
So
why he
you're
was never
thinking, like,
found.
You're thinking like, oh, what a great idea. He parachutes away off the plane. He ends up in the forest. He meets Bigfoot, and that's why he disappeared. But the majority of the movie is directed by this guy who liked shirtless dudes. So the majority of the movie is a bunch of shirtless dudes just kind of walking around this house that's supposed to be a cabin in the woods for their hunting trip. and nothing happens other than shirtless dudes walking around the house. So then DB Cooper and Bigfoot are in like the last little bit.
Are they shirtless?
No, well, Bigfoot is.
Okay. Okay.
DB Cooper's wearing the shirt and the suit and the sunglasses like he has in the picture. But to be fair, though, I haven't actually seen that one. I've just seen like clips of it.
Hey, quit withdrawing your foot.
They really know how to build suspense in this one.
You haven't seen 2 feet at once either yet. You've only seen the one, so they've only had the budget for 1 foot, maybe.
Hence the name.
Bigfoot. There's a movie called Attack of the Eye Creatures where they didn't have budget for like full costumes. They had like 2 full costumes, but they wanted a bunch of eye creatures. So there's a bunch of them just with the head and some gloves, and they're all just wearing like black for the rest of it. Like you can clearly see they're not wearing full costume. But then, well, at that point, I don't think they cared.
They were having fun.
Wonder how many film university classes show this movie as a what not to do.
Yeah.
There he is.
He's kind of leaning
There's
against
Mr.
a tree, all
Flick.
casual.
Like Marlboro Man.
Yeah.
Like, what does he want to accomplish? He's just kind of vaguely looking around.
These guys are going to wind up getting shot by a hunter.
You don't even see it. You don't even see anything. He just tripped.
Expect us to believe all of this?
So this is all part of this. So this is the stuff he filmed in 1975 that has nothing to do with the stuff he filmed in 1958. But he's just kind of trying to attach. So it's like, oh, he's telling this story.
Class, one of the biggest errors a man might make is to disbelieve what he hasn't seen. To think that there are not evil powers or fantastic creatures.
This guy's telling the class this story, and did he really go into that much detail about how slowly that guy was walking, and then how like his friend was very slowly following him?
Look at how enraptured she was.
Until Mr. Mason arrives.
He's so dreamy.
Incredible first-hand experience with Bigfoot.
I think he's implying that Bigfoot is like, this is some sort of spiritual battle.
I think, yeah. Bigfoot's evil.
Let's review.
Everyone thought the Antichrist would be a human being. Wrong.
Yeah. 666, the number of the Bigfoot.
The dragons from the 16th.
This is Rick Moranis behind her there.
He was a flesh eater and supposedly grew to a length of about 30 feet or more.
It is.
Good. Now, who can tell me about this fellow?
What class is this?
That's a great.
Is this like a folklore class or what?
Back legs of a wolf, front legs of a hawk, like claws, and it would swoop down and catch its victim.
Yeah, talons.
Usually young kids, and it would just tear them apart.
It's like this guy's victims, am I right?
And it would eat everything except their shoes.
Oh, you kids.
When the griffin got you, all they'd ever find is your shoes.
Yeah, see, they got to laugh the first time, so then he said it again. Excuse me, I was told I was going to lecture a classroom, not a bunch of laughing maniacs.
Just where and when did the legendary griffin get its start?
The Apollo Theater.
Shoes.
No? Remember when I said the shoes joke? Remember?
In the 1400s by the Germans.
Really?
The Germans. They unleashed this on us.
Always the Germans.
If the ancient griffin was really invented, as you say, by...
The Griffin was appointed Chancellor of Germany in the 1400s.
Roger. Thank you for coming today.
I wonder if I should have come.
This guy's gonna be a real buzzkill.
I want to introduce to you a man who has spent much of his life as a teacher, and as
I think you meant wasted much of his life.
several books on the subject of Bigfoot, and his actual story, experience.
And there's like erotic fiction of him and Bigfoot hooking up.
That's right.
Those are the books he's written on it.
He's published them all on Amazon.
Read to tell us about today.
What class is this?
I believe I owe all of you an apology.
For being so boring. An apology beforehand because this is going to be really dull.
Your teacher has been very kind in introducing me as a scholar.
Or a man.
By many people to be nothing more than a madman. Or a liar, if you will.
Well, which is it? Those are two different things.
Yeah, completely different.
15 years ago, in a high school,
Our forefathers set about this great nation.
I was teaching science to a group of students not unlike yourselves.
More attractive, maybe.
Students,
Dynamic.
3 boys and 2 girls, were especially fascinated with the study of archaeology. So I arranged a field trip.
My basement.
They found a statue of Pazuzu.
Pazuzu.
3 of those students will spend the rest of their lives in a mental institution.
Well, not anymore.
Because
They
they-
shut all of those down.
Yeah, they're all down the street now. Living in tents.
Yeah, exactly.
She can only stare straight ahead.
Did Bigfoot drive them insane? Is what he's implying?
No, I
here?
think he molested them.
Yeah, that would make more sense. Yeah.
Unable to communicate with the world.
He went to a Bigfoot freak off.
I mean, if I showed you a picture of this guy and said this guy molested someone, you'd be like, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
seems
for
it.
sure.
I believe it.
That monsters exist. They do. Right here. In North America today.
I think this class and this school should be shut down, actually.
Yeah, this is a very odd lesson.
Bigfoot. They were known to the Indian over 100 years ago.
Over 100 years ago.
Yeah, that's right.
It's 1975.
Let me start.
So 1875, they were known. We know when Europeans had very much settled the entire continent.
In museums and universities.
Hey there, Mogalon Monster. Thanks for joining us here tonight.
Are learning
Appreciate that.
today about prehistoric man.
We are dying as well. This makes no sense.
Archaeologists are highly skilled, special.
Like he's digging up a Bigfoot grave right now.
So what is so like the guy's talking to the students and now there's like a documentary lecturer. Is this part of the guy's story? Is he describing the documentary that he saw once about archaeology?
It's like a fully preserved Bigfoot? Is that what he's uncovering right there?
It began a year ago not in
My goodness.
but on the campus of a high school in the Southwest. 5 high school students and their teacher met with Dr. Bill Wyman, curator of the Lincoln County Museum, an outstanding archaeologist. These 7 people were planning a trip to the small town of Ivanpah. Their purpose? To help the museum excavate and uncover the ruins of an ancient Indian campsite.
Yay!
These
Yay.
never suspected.
You think that what would happen if you buried the Bigfoot in the pet cemetery there?
So
Come
is
back
that
changed.
guy with the glasses, he's come back, an angry Bigfoot? Is that
Yeah.
guy with the glasses the same teacher?
I doubt it, honestly.
Yeah, that a little
Well,
Coca-Cola
19
product placement there.
This feels
Yeah,
more
I'm
like
sure
the
they
stock
were happy
footage
to-
portion of the movie.
I'm sure they're happy to sponsor this. I don't think so. I think this is the original one. This is the original 1958 movie.
Well, now we're to the
So
other
that's
part.
how
of,
they're
okay.
doing it. He's
I
telling
see.
the story of the original 1958 movie
Right.
to the class in 1975.
So, if my math is correct, this movie's due for a re-release with an
Yeah.
additional 30 minutes of footage.
That's right. Somebody should use the footage from the classroom to make another movie. I remember telling this story to a class of students back in 1975.
Right.
And,
We
and
should make
2 of them were in
1/3 of a
mental
movie
institution.
and tack it onto the front of this.
Grab your sleeping bags and leave them here.
Is this where we're going to sleep? Here you go, Joey.
Yeah.
So Bigfoot is now gone forever, right? There's no more Bigfoot at any point, I'm assuming?
No, I think because I think these kids run into the monster, right? That's why it's the teenagers versus the thing.
I see, and the thing is somehow going to be morphed into
Yeah.
Bigfoot.
Yeah. I think
We're gonna
Bigfoot is the
pretend
thing.
that the thing is Bigfoot.
Yeah. So I don't know about those 2 lumberjack guys. If that was new, if that was filmed, I'm betting that was new footage filmed as well. And then they just
Yeah.
they had just a foot or just a hand or whatever it was. They didn't have a
Right.
full costume that matched.
That's often the way that a Bigfoot hoaxer will do a Bigfoot hoax is they'll just get one of those feet on a big stick and they'll make the print, you know?
Yeah.
At least if 60s sitcoms are anything to go by.
Then they are. Apparently, a lot of those Bigfoot tracks are just bears because the way they walk, their feet are like ours. Like they don't walk on like their toes like dogs and stuff. They have their whole heel and stuff that goes down. So they'll step with their front paw, and then their back paw will step in their front paw, and combined it looks like a big person's foot.
Double step.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yes,
And then Bigfoots are smart enough to like walk in those tracks right behind
That's
them. to
right. So
Hide
they
their,
hide.
they
Like
hide
sand
themselves
people.
away.
That's why they're always they always walk behind bears to hide their numbers.
Bigfoots walk single file to hide their numbers.
Yeah, so this is all the original movie. This is all the original 19. What is it?
You think we'll ever
58
come
movie.
back to the other part of the movie, or is just
I would
this is where we
imagine
are
so.
now?
Yeah, I would imagine so. Yeah.
So 1975 to 1958. That's a huge gap. Did he make nothing in the between time there?
He is the only credits on Letterboxd are these 2 films.
So in
And this one was just-
1975, in 1975, somebody got a hold of him and said, "You got any pictures?" He's like, "Oh yeah, I got this Bigfoot thing." And he's like,
Yeah. I gotta expand it to meet 90 minutes.
Well, there we are. Boy, look at those.
I wonder who told him he could make another movie that late.
I don't know. That I don't know. I don't know how he got to make another one or how he got to this one. It's shocking how what movies are made in the States, especially like the number of the films that are made. You're like, how did this get made? How do they even get money for this?
They tell of the history of a great.
Well, listen to this here, fellas. Our guest in the chat, Moggle and Monster, is saying that Moggle and Monster is Arizona's Bigfoot.
Many, many brave.
Oh,
wow!
So he's out there in the Arizona plains.
Bows and arrows.
Moggle, what is it called?
Moggle and Monster.
Gods who are
Moggle and Monster. Huh.
Well, how serendipitous that you join us for this stream, Moggle and Monster.
Yeah.
Basically,
that's incredibly cool.
A big primitive.
We'll do a little research department on that.
Wonder if you just point at that, and the rest of you be looking at it.
I didn't know Arizona had a Bigfoot.
Well, apparently it does.
The earliest known sighting is 1903.
Bob, would you kneel down there and be
wow.
Rock.
I think that is the same actor with the camera. I think that's the guy telling the story.
Rock and hold it.
Good. That's the one link between the movies.
Yeah.
Now I guess we better get to work. Right. But where's the excavation?
He's like, please, Jimmy, would you come back? It's 1975.
Yeah, we need you back, Jimmy.
We need you.
That movie makes no sense without you.
Arizona is one of those states. It's in the Four Corners region, so it's linked with Colorado, New Mexico, and Utah.
So you can be on 4 states at once.
Is Nevada in there? No, Nevada's on the other side of it. Okay, never mind.
What sort of thing do you suppose we might?
I've only ever been to Nevada and into Arizona.
The only thing we've.
So I know I've driven from Nevada to Arizona, and then I've driven from Nevada to California, into California.
Indian pottery.
That's the extent of my geographical knowledge of the United States.
Yeah, down in Florida they got the skunk ape.
Yeah, that one I knew about that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I used to get the is it Danielle Cohen was the author, Encyclopedia of Monsters. I used to get that from the library all the time.
Cool.
They had a whole section on Bigfoot-like monsters.
The skunk ape, so it's like a Bigfoot, it's like Pepe Le Pew.
Apparently they all really smell. Yeah, he does the same thing.
A human lady has a fur coat fall down on her, and then the Bigfoot comes along and he's like,
oh, mademoiselle.
Or she's walking by a glue factory in a barber shop, and some glue falls down, then a big bucket of hair gets pushed out the window.
All misunderstanding. There you go, starting the excavation. Full sun, just random shovel digging. That's how you do it. That's how you do archaeology, everybody. Yep, we found more dirt, sir.
Hey, Bill, look at this piece of pottery that Bob found. You just found it, Bob?
Bill and Bob.
In the digging. We do that. That's a good pottery fragment. I want to take this back.
Starting off like an improv scene. Hey, Bill. Hi, Bob.
Hi, Bob.
Good fragment.
We have done a relationship.
Lunchtime. Oh, boy.
Oh, here's the twist
All
now.
the
The
pottery you
platform's
can eat.
established. Now the twist.
Boy, you said it.
Yeah, all the pottery you can eat. There it is.
Give your hand.
Tilt. Excuse me. Gotta use the proper lingo. I'll be exorcised from the community. Exiled.
Ship sailed.
The Exorcist, but it's just a guy telling another guy in an improv troupe, get out of here.
Well, we have sandwich.
Or trying to get a
have to
friend to stop doing
exercise you.
improv.
This is yours.
They had to exercise
tied
you
to
from
the
the
bed.
improv
Yes,
community, and that's how they had to do it. They had to do a cross with some holy water.
Yeah. Exactly.
Well,
You're like
there's a lot
faking
of more of
vomiting.
this.
You're like, "Blah."
this part of museum work.
Yeah.
There's a lot more of this lunch scene.
The digging.
By the way,
I can tell this lunch scene's really going to flesh out these characters and tell us all about them.
For instance, this rock. This was used to grind up seed to make flour for bread. Notice?
I mean, you could really say it was used for anything. How can you refute it?
That's right, it's a rock.
And this pottery...
This rock, the same shape, this was used to get corns off of one's foot. And this rock, well, this was used for...
More prayer sticks.
Say, Mr. Mason, what's this rock?
Prayer sticks? Is that what he said?
Yeah.
Yeah, prayer sticks.
There's like, oh, more of them. Oh, again.
Ask Mr. Wyman about that. Say, Bill.
Oh, I'm sorry my extinct society isn't fascinating enough for you there, Chuck.
Where did you find this?
Over there where you showed us those Indian writings.
What's wrong with
Why, it's another rock.
Nothing's wrong. This might be an eolith. What's that? A very, very old tool. One used by ancient peoples.
Mostly also to grind grain. Pretty much all these were used to grind grain.
Could you show us what...
Sure, it was right over there.
Yeah, before the Industrial Revolution, people used to say, oh, that grinds my grain. And then after the Industrial Revolution, it was that grinds my gears, because they had machines.
Just lying on top of the ground. I picked it up for a souvenir. I collect that.
You collected a good one this time.
I don't see anything else. All of these are just plain old rocks.
No, grinding rocks. Plain old grinding rocks.
Yes. Unless it fell. Up there. Maybe it fell from up there and rolled down.
Yeah, it looks like there's a ledge up there.
Yeah, climb on up.
That's what it is.
All right. You'll have to find some other place to get up, though. We'd never make it from here.
I think I'll stay down. Me too.
Yeah, they went from lunchtime to ledge time.
Yeah.
I'll get it.
Oh, so glad they're really fleshing out this kid archaeology plot.
Yeah, this is really good stuff. No, can't get up here either.
7 hours later.
Listen to how suspenseful the music is, though. Will they be
That's
able
how you
to
know
continue
it's
the
exciting.
hike?
You wouldn't know it's exciting unless they have that music. Do 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 do. Da 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 da.
Bigfoot just jumps down off the cliff and lands. Starts running at him full speed. You guys think Bigfoot would be a fast runner, or do you think he'd like to keep it chill? Because all the video footage is like, yeah, just kind of like keeping it chill.
Yeah, she's walking pretty leisurely in that one movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he'd keep it chill because Bigfoot, one of the worst things that could ever happen to a Bigfoot is athlete's foot.
Yeah.
Athlete's Bigfoot, athlete's foot.
And a Bigfoot can't just go into a store and get some tough actin Tinactin.
No.
That's true.
Nor Dr. Scholl's.
Right. Or Gold Bond medicated powder.
Video sponsored by Gold Bond medicated powder. Boy, I hope they really find where that rock fell from. That's really going to help add to this plot and really drive home what's going on here.
Listen to the music, though.
Any sign of those? Any sign of those copyright bots there? Any sign of those copyright bots there, Dan? Any?
No.
Any chance they're going to come in and stop this movie?
No, I don't think so. They're letting us watch this one. They are very selective in their enforcement.
Look at these guys rock climbing in dress shoes.
Hello!
This is a deleted scene from The Outsiders.
Yeah.
Take off your shirts. All right, now to simulate where that rock you found would have fallen from, I'm going to throw myself off the cliff. You boys watch where I land now.
Let's look around down here.
The top of that precipice seems like a really dumb place to have a civilization. I don't know if you're going to find much there.
Yeah. Okay, we got a serious question coming in from Moggle and Monster here.
All right.
He wants to know, do any of us think that Bigfoot actually exists?
When I was a kid, I was convinced. When I was young, I was sure of it. I loved it. I thought it was great. I love all those cryptozoology things. Now, I mean, the chances are so unlikely. We would have found something. We would have found a corpse, remains, something, you know? So yeah, it's as I get older, I get more doubtful and more like, the world gets a little less magical.
Cynic. A cynic.
Yeah.
No,
What about you, Jordan? Are you on the Bigfoot train or are you off the Bigfoot train?
there.
Well, it's more fun to believe.
Yeah, exactly. More fun, yeah.
Yeah, I do think that Bigfoot exists. I just think that Bigfoot is like kind of had enough of society and it's just more of a like
So it's basically Ted Kaczynski with a lot more hair is what we're talking about here.
Yeah.
Yes. Bigfoot could be one of these fifth dimensional creatures.
People saying that it's a spiritual thing or like
it is
like
fifth dimensional. We're passing like the fourth dimension entirely and just going right into the fifth.
Yep.
They look older than.
Okay.
Yeah, full control of space-time.
Made by Indians, do you think?
And yet, no interest to wear clothes.
These are the types of markings made by cavemen.
Well, as for me, I think I'm on the fence. I'm Bigfoot agnostic right now.
Earliest known species of ape man.
I haven't seen any real compelling evidence, but I haven't really seen anything totally debunking it.
There you go.
We find new animals all the time, so like maybe.
Yeah. Well, that's a pretty big a hominid.
It's big.
A 7-foot tall hominid.
Yeah.
Right.
But there's areas of forests that can't even be penetrated. You know.
Except by Bigfoot.
Bottom edge.
Yeah.
That's so weird. I can hear you talking literally the entire time.
Was the movie playing?
The movie's still playing right now. Yeah, we didn't get sucked. Everything's good.
All right. Yeah.
Okay.
Just the video just disappeared from our.
All right.
Our thing there. So what's happened? Now they're in a cave?
Okay.
Yes. Now they're in a cave.
Okay. I just wanted to point out that they found that writing. And they said, well, this looks like cavemen writing from the first primitive human beings. They're in North America. There were no human beings in North America during cavemen times. Hunter-gatherers came over.
He's spelunking now. So this is another thing. Maybe Bigfoot is a cave dweller, you know?
Yeah.
There's a vast cave system, especially throughout Colorado and Arizona, etc., that's largely unexplored.
Huh. And not penetrated.
So you think Bigfoot might be an underground creature?
Yeah, like what's that H.G. Wells thing there? The Morlocks?
The Morlocks, yeah.
Yeah.
Formation? Probably so.
Maybe he's one of those center of the earth creatures. Have you ever heard of hollow earth theory?
Yeah.
That the earth is hollow.
Yeah. That there's even a city in there, and you know.
Well, on a lot of old maps as well, there's this area called Tartaria.
Yeah.
And who knows? Maybe, you know, there's some sort of unexplored continent that we don't know about. You know?
In this day and age, I'm pretty sure there's no unexplored continents, like on the surface anyway. Uh-oh.
Huh.
Is that a creature? It's a little dark. Oh no, they're finding a mummy. No, what is that? Is that a Bigfoot statue? Is somebody
Bigfoot.
behind it?
What is it? What did you find?
There's a body over there.
And what a body! Row, row, row! The Bowery Boys meet Bigfoot. I wouldn't call that a body so much as a carving of something. That wasn't finished.
Hey, we should ask too. Hold on, we should ask here something. We should ask Muggle and Monster what he thinks. Does he think Bigfoot exists?
Yeah. Do you think there's a
We
Bigfoot
didn't even
exists?
ask back.
That's right.
Well, we are assholes.
Yeah, right. We
Or in-
narcissistically answered only our own opinions.
The skunk ape. Does the skunk ape exist?
The Momo.
Muggle and Monster.
There's the one called the Momo. I remember that from the Encyclopedia of Monsters because I thought it was a funny name.
There's
Maybe
just
that's
so
the
many.
Muggle and Monster. Momo.
It's like Marvel, you know. There's so many variants. There's the
Yeah.
Yeti. There's the Sasquatch. The Momo, as you say.
Yeah. How can we get it out?
We're going to need some more.
Maybe it's like cats. Maybe there's a hairless Bigfoot.
And some board.
Oh, that would be horrifying. That would be truly, truly horrifying. It's an interesting psychology with like monster sightings and stuff too. I was watching a thing and they were talking about the Loch Ness monster. And like
Momo is the
thought is,
Missouri
like,
monster.
Oh, is the
told now.
Momo the Missouri in Missouri? I remember the
Missouri
name.
monster.
Missouri.
They were talking about the Loch Ness monster, and the thought is, oh yeah, there's sightings that go back hundreds of years and stuff. But significant sightings of the Loch Ness monster have only really been since the 1930s, and really skyrocketed after those guys made that hoax photo with the little floaty toy, and they took the picture, and it's the famous
that's a
picture of the
cool
Loch
one.
Ness monster.
Cool picture.
But it started because somebody, a guy was driving, and he described it. He said it crossed the road. I couldn't really see like legs or anything because it was tree cover, but I saw a big neck and a hump back, and it looked like it was kind of dragging its tail, and it had a sheep in its mouth, and it crossed the road, and its neck turned like this, and then it went off into the bushes toward the lake. If you watch King Kong, there's a scene in King Kong where they're attacked by like a sauropod, like a brontosaurus, and it moves across the screen the exact same way that guy described the Loch Ness monster moved across the road. So the theory is this guy saw King Kong, that image stuck in his head, and either he thought he saw something and he just described the image in the movie, or hoaxed it and described the image from the movie.
No,
and
I
then
don't that doesn't ring true to me because, like,
No.
I've seen the Loch Ness monster myself.
Yeah.
And I was driving away in a Jeep, and I looked in the rearview mirror, and it said objects in mirror may be closer than they
And
appear.
he was, like,
And the
two
Loch Ness
legs,
monster
he
was like
following.
coming right at me. Yeah, exactly.
That's how
And
he
you
moves.
you had Jeff Goldblum in the back seat.
Yeah, he'd just gotten done eating a lawyer in a toilet. So credible people like me have seen the monster. Other people have clearly seen the monster.
Exactly.
Are you gonna dig it open?
But anyways, it's just about the psychology of like
By opening it.
why people hoax these things, and then how it spreads from that, and then other people like come forward and go, no, I've seen that too, you know, and like, is it because they honestly believe that they've seen it, or that they've honestly seen it, or if they want attention somehow? They think they don't. It's not going to get fame or money or anything, but they think this is going to somehow get them attention.
To be the most.
Well, the thing is, if you believe you've seen something, then to you,
Yeah.
it really happened.
Yeah, you're not lying anymore because it's an actual ingrained thing that you actually think.
Because it was silver.
Yeah, you believe it to be real, regardless of what reality is. To you, it was real, if you believe it.
Do you remember the vapor that shot up out of the hole when we pried the stone tablet loose? Do I?
That's right.
We're gonna have to polish this statue. You, Blondie, we'll need your shirt.
This mummy, not just thousands of years ago, but hundreds of thousands. They were very primitive. Their writings and pottery work show that. And yet these people had found the secret of truly preserving the dead. But
so he's saying that hundreds of thousands of years ago, there was like a human civilization here. Because this is in the States, right, where they are. They didn't go to Europe or something, did they, or Africa?
Mormonism confirmed, gentlemen.
Yeah, I guess.
The jars we found were filled with ashes. That vapor that escaped from the cave was a preservative smoke, hundreds of thousands of years old.
The Mormon version of Bigfoot is Brighamfoot.
Easily be wrong.
Brighamfoot, yeah. And he had several wives.
What?
And moved his entire cult to Utah.
I didn't mean it was that well preserved.
I'm not kidding.
And then became a bad guy in a Sherlock Holmes novel.
That hand, and it just moved, just a little bit.
Oh, really? Hey?
Stand. Norman watches.
I didn't know that. That's funny.
What? Brigham Young or Bigfoot Young?
No, Brigham. Yeah,
Brigham
Bigfoot Young.
Yeah, there's a study in Scarlet. A study in Scarlet. Yeah, it's about well, spoilers for A Study in Scarlet. This guy's murdering people because either his love or his daughter, I forget which one, survived to go on and revenge on people. But they were trying to escape Utah. They're trying to escape the Mormon church.
Right.
And there's a high-up Mormon guy who wanted to marry this girl. And they were told, no, you can't leave. And they tried to sneak away, and they were found, and this girl died. And so this guy is now getting revenge on people who used to be involved in the thing and killing them.
In the church. Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Papers are bring big stories about how we found a mummy.
So it wasn't Brigham Young specifically. He's in it. He's in the novel.
Be asking me what I.
But it wasn't him specifically. But it was like a high-up member of the Mormon church who
Like it has been.
wanted this guy's daughter.
What am I going to tell them? That I didn't do anything because I wasn't even in the cave. I was too afraid to climb up on the rock. Well, you weren't alone. Conan Doyle had to later apologize to the Mormon church.
Conan O'Brien's Sherlock Holmes.
Starring Andy Richter as Watson.
That's right.
Well, I should go for a bottle of pop. The country store is open until 9 o'clock if you want to walk up there.
How far is it?
If you cut through the orange grove, it isn't far, about a 10-minute walk. There's a well-worn path, so you can't get lost. Want to walk up?
Sure, sounds like fun.
Anybody else want to go along?
So you plan on bringing...
No, we'd rather live, thank you.
Yes.
Here we go.
And then I think I'll stay here.
It's faster if we go without our shirts, ladies.
That's right.
Inside. The country up here is pleasant at night. I'm too
The blonde stands up. Sure, I'll go. And then the brunette stands up. I'd like to. No, you'd better stay here.
Here, they'll probably find flying saucers.
By the way, you can bring me back a bottle of orange pop if you want.
Where's the dime?
Oh, these wacky kids.
Where's the dime?
Yeah, only a dime for an orange pop.
And 3 cents deposit. Unless you want me to have to drink it there.
Unless you're shaking them down for 13 cents.
Wow.
No, I'm going to conserve my energy and stay here.
No, I'm going to stay here and bang all these dudes.
All 3 of them.
You guys go get pop.
Hey, Bigfoot, don't let me down here.
Yeah, something happening. Gotta cut through the orange grove. So what happened to the woman and her dog? Like, what was that all about? Is that? Oh yeah, right. That was just the movie they were showing, wasn't it? The show that Hollywood monsters or things.
Every piece of this movie is so disconnected from every other piece.
He's gonna do dirty things to this mummy, isn't he?
Yeah, see, the
only kid.
Mummies are involved here. The curse of the mummy, the curse of the Bigfoot.
I think this movie is cursed. So was it a sarcophagus and they opened it up and this thing was inside, or were we to believe that that thing was the body?
I think it was encased in rocks or something.
It was the thing. It was Ben Grimm.
Yeah.
You know, the music shouldn't be allowed to be like this unless something's actually going to happen. Okay, here we go. It's Bigfoot time.
Is that the mummy? Is Bigfoot? Is big like?
I think so.
I guess to keep in mind that it was originally called The Thing, the Teenagers versus the Thing. So I don't think it was imagined to be Bigfoot at first.
It's what? Look, Norman, this is just about it.
I was trying to have sex with the mummy and it started moving. I hate it when things I have sex with start moving. Look.
You ran into the
Total darkness.
What was it?
Yes, I see it too. Nothingness. This is where John Williams got it from.
It
All right,
broke out of its cocoon.
All right, you perv. What did you do to our mummy?
How could it be?
Because I've never felt such feelings before. How could it be?
I can figure if the mummy was asleep that long, it really has to pee.
That's right. So this is the mummy then, or?
I guess. But we did see somebody get killed at the beginning of the movie. Not just the lady, but there was a murder. There was somebody died at the beginning of the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now it's gonna be Bigfoot versus the mummy.
Ooh.
Boy, sure is a nice sky. The moon's so bright, you don't even need a...
Yeah, the moon's so bright, it's almost like sunlight, as if they're filming day for night.
Look at the stars. There must be billions of them.
Living in town all the time, I guess you never realize how many there really are.
Wouldn't it be great to live out here instead of in the city?
Boy, I'll say.
Yeah, it'd be great. Let's go bang.
I guess so. We found our way the first time.
Yeah, look at that. Dark, dark night.
The logo of the movie, the letters are literally dripping blood. You know?
There was a bit of blood at the beginning there.
That one shot of the ketchup packet just
Yeah, it was
squirting
really
onto the rock.
Bloopy blood.
So I wonder if, like, because they're saying this is like primitive, like hundreds of thousands of years ago. So is that weird monster what like the beings that were hundreds of thousands of years ago lived here looked like? Like they weren't like actually like Homo sapiens?
Oh, I see. There's something else.
Yeah.
Yeah, if we can see it well enough.
If you can see it well enough in this clear daylight.
Just like holding his eyes up to shield from the sun.
I just I can barely see with this darkness. Sorry, there's just a lot of the darkness is giving you a lot of polarized glare right now. It's hard for me to.
Right.
Let me put on some of this moon screen.
See something? We don't know. We can't see anything.
Yeah, this scene's darker than Wakanda Forever.
Whoa!
It's a very dark film. I don't know if you've watched it, but you can barely see anything in some of the scenes.
When you weren't at the store, I figured you'd be on the way home. Is something wrong? Yeah, let's get out of the grove. Come on.
Get out of the
Oh, good. They got away. Lucky.
Oh, good. Nothing happened. Thank goodness.
And then they cut to a blood red frame.
Oh, yes. No, the children are all asleep. What time do you expect to be home?
Why did the color change like that?
Here we go.
Okay.
I bet he renamed it the Curse of Bigfoot because Bigfoot things were popular. Like in 75, like that's when the craze was picking up.
Well,
It was
fine.
first hitting its peak.
Okay, bye.
Oh, somebody has one of those noisemakers. That ought to stop him.
Yeah, just
Perfect.
close the blind.
Out of sight, out of mind.
Phew.
Why wouldn't Bigfoot just jump through the window?
There he is. There he is. There it is.
He goes. That was satisfying. Like how they masterfully built suspense there.
Yeah.
Hello, Bill. Walt, it's good to see you, especially now.
I just came from the Mitchell Ranch.
Walt, this is Roger Mason, a teacher at the high school.
How do you do?
How are you?
Yeah, sorry. I just started with I just came from the Mitchell Ranch. So are you going to let me finish or are you just going to introduce yourselves?
Yesterday.
Right. Again, we're back into an improv scene. Hi, Bill. Hey, Walt.
Stories I've heard. This is the strangest. If it weren't for you boys, I wouldn't believe it.
No country for old Bigfoots.
I have only a theory that the smoke and the vapor in that cave must have caused the body to lie dormant or asleep for possibly hundreds of thousands of years.
Obviously, that's what happened.
Cave and let
Yeah, there's no other logical.
in the cavern.
Where the girls
I mean, Akram's razor. I mean, that's the simplest explanation. Explains all the facts.
seen it first. Stories going around that there's a bear come down from the mountains. One of the windows is badly smashed. The door of the shed where we put the mummy was smashed too. Let's have a look at it.
And that blonde I walked with yesterday, she was smashed. You know what I'm saying? Yep, up top. Up top. Anybody?
I feel like if somebody did find and capture and kill Bigfoot, the next logical step is to eat it, right? Like Bigfoot
Well,
burgers.
you'd want to taste it at the very least.
You'd want to try it, yeah, of course.
Yeah. I mean, you know, wouldn't want to make a habit of it, but you'd like to, might as well try it. I mean,
Well,
it's
that'd be
there.
the worst thing. If you made a habit of it, there's only the one Bigfoot, right? So
yeah.
eventually that stock runs out.
Just like the lab man found by the body. Funny red stuff.
The mummy was sealed with mud just like that. It broke out of its wrappings.
What's it look like now?
We don't.
Well, maybe the mummy was fighting the predator then, because
It stood
you want to fight that thing, you cover yourself in mud so it can't see your heat signature.
Last night after it killed a girl, one of the neighbors said that he shot at something running into the grove.
The orange and lemon groves in this part of the country are so extensive.
I hope they just keep cutting back and forth to two people talking like this.
Let's go look at the place you saw it run into the grove.
There you go. Yes, let's go look at that place. They say the oranges grow here lovely this time of year. Oh, they sure do.
Yes, oranges and lemons.
And then we cut to like a stock footage in a documentary of people picking oranges while somebody talks about Bigfoot. Like they're talking about Bigfoot, and it's a mummy. It has nothing to do with Bigfoot. This movie's bullshit. I'm calling it. I don't care whose toes I step on.
The Bigfoot's toes, the real big, you know?
Bigfoot's son would have it really tough, you know, because that old saying, you got big shoes to fill.
Yeah.
You got really big shoes to fill.
My dad doesn't even wear shoes.
Well, problem solved then. He's always barefoot.
Lady Bigfoot setting up an OnlyFans for Bigfoot pics. I got a Bigfoot fetish.
Yeah, people like the foot pics, that's for sure.
There's like all these people like Bigfoot hunter, then one guy who's just like, I'm really interested in finding this Bigfoot. You know, maybe we should, if we find Bigfoot, we should maybe like, I don't know, pour honey on its feet or something, just to, you know, really make sure it stays put, you know, and just maybe really slowly, like from a honey dripper, like really.
Yeah, and I'm going to want to extensively document this with video and
over here
pictures.
Documentary film crews are told, look, hey, let's not talk to that guy anymore, okay? Let's try to stick with the old guy who talks about the footprints.
The broken branches. Why, there's blood on the ground, isn't there? Yeah.
Oh, here you go. Here's the blood you were looking for, Dan.
Found the spot where the creature stayed last night. But what's the blood from? My guess.
Maybe it's on its period.
Shot at it last night. Must have.
Somebody shot at it last night.
Say that.
Yeah, somebody shot it. Somebody saw something and he shot at it as he was heading to the grove.
This is too dark and.
That's what the sheriff said.
Oh, he said that, right.
Told me,
yeah.
They followed the number one rule of movie making, which is tell, don't show.
That's right.
I saw the gun that he used.
Also, the number one rule of hunting: if you see something,
yeah, just shoot.
Shoot at it.
Better safe than sorry. You don't want to have it to miss some big game, you know. You would feel pretty stupid if you didn't shoot at it, and it was something worth shooting.
Of yours wouldn't do much good either. And it's too dangerous trying to track it down through these groves. You have an idea? Well, maybe we can lure it to the open field.
Yeah, there you go.
Try.
Lure with what? Well, that blonde, she's pretty attractive.
Right.
We'll put her in
tie
the
her
middle.
down.
Yeah. Like the goat in Jurassic Park.
That's right.
And you look back and the blonde's rope is broken and she's gone.
The leg falls on top of the car.
Yeah.
Hay?
Oh yes, hay. That's what big feet like. Nice, yummy hay.
Delicious hay.
That should just about do it, shouldn't it? Yes.
Yeah, we'll be safe from the Bigfoot behind this wall.
Now let's set those cans of gasoline around where we can get at them fast. All right. I'll show them where. Good.
Their plan is to light the hay on fire.
I don't know why some high school students and an archaeology professor are being allowed to assist the cop in the capture of this creature. Oh, you guys released it. Why don't you take it easy and we'll actually call police, maybe the National Guard, something like that.
No, we released it. We'll take care of it.
We clean up
We
our
gotta teach
messes.
these kids responsibility.
I got all the meat scraps they had.
They're gonna have a
Just what-
barbecue.
Yeah, that's what Bigfoots love. Meat scraps.
Meat scraps. The number one choice of big feet everywhere.
You don't think Bigfoot would be a herbivore?
Yeah, who knows? I mean, there's the omnivore maybe, just gonna eat whatever it can.
Yeah,
but
I like
remember,
that idea.
this is not Bigfoot. This is some sort of mummy of an ancient
thing,
race
the
of
mummy.
beings, and it's
Right.
already attacked two people, like a couple people, So one would assume it's, maybe it's trying to eat.
I've already adjusted my worldview to include the fact that we are all descended from ancient Bigfoots. So,
yeah,
that's what I
the
believe now.
only logical explanation.
It's funny if you look at history, like people started off short, like the average height was 4 feet or something like that.
Yeah.
Right.
And now we're getting progressively taller. But if we are descended from ancient Bigfoots, we've actually been getting progressively shorter.
And then taller again.
And then taller again.
Back up to where we were before, our once great majesty.
And let it up to recede. That way you'll be able to...
We was Bigfoots.
Well, we're getting there now, right?
Yeah, there's people getting bigger and bigger.
Take your car and station yourself on the road out here. Just a minute. Who's going into the grove with the bait?
Also, just a minute. Why are you telling me what to do? I'm the goddamn sheriff.
Yeah, the high school teacher's giving the orders on this crime scene.
That's a mighty dangerous idea, too, Roger. You don't know where that thing may be hiding. All right.
Just calling him Roger, too, not even officer.
Between the two of us to see
Yeah.
who goes in. Okay. The one who gets the shortest straw has the job.
Of sacrificing themselves to the Bigfoot. Now everyone take off their shirts.
Well, looks like I win anyway. I'll be down by the road. And I'll be on this radio.
I'll be getting torn apart by the Bigfoot.
Thought he locked his keys in his car at first.
Roger? You're more apt to need this knife.
Yeah, because that's fine,
Hand it over his sidearm. Holy moly.
Well, I mean, he's sheriff. He was voted in. I mean, really, what kind of, guidelines does he have to follow?
Well, plus you want to keep the people on your side, right? So if you got to get voted in again.
Yeah.
Well,
you're going to vote for the guy who gave you a gun when you needed it. That's who you're voting for.
Got kind of a hearse there.
Mm-hmm.
Sheriff / coroner. Okay, the meat scraps are in place.
They're in play, everybody. Man, I don't know. I think maybe shirtless dudes walking around for most of the movie and nothing else happening. might just have the edge over this one.
well,
Did they at least have good physiques?
Most of them, yeah.
now all we do is wait.
But it's weird because they all arrive because they're supposed to. The plot is there. It's a bunch of bros arriving at this cabin in the woods, which is clearly just a house, kind of at the edge of a suburban area, with a vaguely woody area around it. And it's a house. It's not a cabin. It is a house. And then there's a scene where they all arrive, and one by one, 5 guys. There's a scene which each one of them individually, where they walk up the stairs. Oh, here's my room. Oh, geez, I'm going to take my shirt off. Oh, here's the gun I'm going to use when I'm hunting. And he kind of poses with his gun for a bit.
Yeah.
5 times that happens with each person, the exact same thing in succession.
Like the director had a bit of a fetish there.
I think so. I think this was just the director getting his jollies, and that was it. And then there's some vague thing about them hunting. Oh, they see something, and then somehow, like I said, I've not seen the whole thing. I've seen clips of it. Then DB Cooper eventually does show up and fights Bigfoot. It was on Red Letter. Red Letter Media did it was one of their best of the worst episodes.
Oh yeah, okay.
Roger. Yes, Walt.
Roger, Roger. What's our vector, Victor?
The movie's not even good enough to be accidentally funny in that way.
You'll hear from me within a minute.
So it's wounded. Why would you think it would just, come out of hiding in broad daylight?
The meat scraps.
Oh yeah, the meats. It needs
They
its
should have
precious,
challenged
precious
it.
meats.
They should have challenged it to a debate.
On deforestation.
Yeah.
The Bigfoot's like, yes, this is the topic I know most about. Allow me to play some stock footage. Logs rolling down the hill. Looks kind of like the Wolfman.
He does.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, those protruding fangs.
Yeah. Obviously better than the Wolfman, of course, but kind of like him, though.
Fried eggs for eyes.
I bet he could not see very well in that outfit at all. I'm going to put it out there.
That just adds to the angst of the beast. Look at this. He's got no gun to defend himself.
Been almost 3 minutes.
Insult to injury there. That he puts his gun down on the hay. You know what? I would have wanted to see a scene where he reached for his gun.
Yeah,
and then
and it
realized, oh
wasn't
my
there.
God, I don't have it.
That's called competent filmmaking. I don't think we're going to be in any danger of seeing anything like that here.
Come on.
See, this is why we should all have a right to bear arms, because God forbid any one of us is attacked by a Bigfoot while we're just out minding our own business.
That's
or
right.
mummy or troglodyte or ancient Hyperborean race, whatever this thing is supposed to be.
Whatever it is.
I don't think the movie's made it clear.
Take it easy now.
Halt! Wait here.
Start blasting.
Hey, the creature's name is Bob, too. He reacted like, oh,
Huh?
what
Yeah.
a coincidence.
There you go.
Oh, no, he splashed
yeah.
water.
Maybe it's like
Mountain.
signs.
Oh, it's
Oh, it's
gas.
gas.
Yeah, it's gasoline. Yeah, that was their plan. So they very
Oh, this
smartly
is-
hid from the gasoline behind hay.
This is perfect because now they can go right into eating it after it's cooked.
Yeah.
Yes.
Bigfoot brisket.
Saves the mess of getting his fur off, too.
Yep.
Bigfoot
he's
brisket,
survived?
No. Not Bigfoot brisket. You'd want him to be burning alive for like 14 to 16 hours if you're going to have a brisket off of him.
Yeah, you want it like slow cooked smoking, yeah. The
You want him to
end.
slow burn. The end.
The
Oh,
end,
good.
we
The
made it,
movie's
everybody.
over.
Unless
Good.
it cuts
Good.
back to the students now.
Good. Okay,
Oh.
well,
Well,
I
there
think
we
we're
go,
all happy
guys.
we saw that.
Yeah, that was great, obviously. Inspired Star Trek, inspired Star Wars,
Battlestar Galactica as well, probably somewhere in there.
Battlestar Galactica, yeah.
Smurfs.
All
We can-
major sci-fi.
just endless possibilities.
We can expect to see a third film from this director sometime in the next 2 centuries.
Where he takes the first two films and just adds more. Well, there we
Finally
go.
completes
That
his
was
masterpiece.
that was the you've now seen The Curse of Bigfoot and The Teenagers versus The Thing. I think you can count that you've seen them both because I think the entirety of The Teenagers Battle the Thing was contained within that movie.
Good.
So if you want to go on Letterboxd and just clicked, you've seen both of them. I won't hold it against you. Go right ahead. 'Cause that's
Huge
what I'm
shout
gonna
out to
do.
everybody who've joined us today. Moggle and Monster, thanks for joining in the chat. Really appreciate that.
Yes.
And yeah, guess we'll see you next time.
We'll
Bye.
see you next
Have a
time.
good night, everybody.
Kill those cameras.
Bye-bye.
Here I'm saying that he's going to use that